In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a new announcement encompassing 3.1% and exactly what this means for Social Security checks, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, and VA beneficiaries. That's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. I know just a couple days ago, we got a very important economic data point that was released that is actually looking good for Social Security beneficiaries, and it's going to land more money in your pocket provided these numbers continue to accelerate at the pace that they currently are. Now, this is a data point that we get once per month, and it just came out a few days ago, but it is continuing to go higher and higher, and again, in a matter of months here, it's going to lead to more money in your monthly benefit. So that's what I want to discuss for you here in this video, because these numbers increasing like this are actually going against what the Federal Reserve and the administration want, but it is actually playing right into the hand of Social Security beneficiaries and going to be increasing your benefits even more as well. Interesting how that works out, right? Seems a little bit contradictory, like, wait, how does this work? But yes, this is the situation. And again, I want to break it all down for you because at the end of the day, this is impacting all of us directly, and it's actually impacting Social Security and fixed income beneficiaries double, like twice as much. So therefore, as a result of that, I want to bring this to your attention. So anyway, that is the focus of this video, and it all hinges around 3.1%, the new number that was just released a couple days ago. However, really fast before we get into it, if you're enjoying this video so far or any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. There's the big subscribe button down there. Do yourself a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel because I'm here for you, right by your side every single day, watching the latest details, breaking it all down, doing the research that you don't need to into these short videos, and keeping you posted on what is actually going on and anything showing up that you can possibly grab or take advantage of, like money, benefits, or raises to your benefits, or anything showing up that's going to reform Social Security as we know it. We know that's coming, and again, I'm here for you to advocate on your behalf and to keep you posted during this very weird time. So again, thank you so much. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's talk through the details of this. All right, so a couple days ago, we got the all-important CPI data released, the Consumer Price Index. Now, that is just a fancy way of saying the inflation report. Now, remember, inflation has been going up very high here for the last, what, 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. Since early 2021, when they printed another $1.9 trillion, we saw inflation take off, and it's been a major problem ever since then. So basically, 3 years now, we've seen very high inflation. To be fair, they continue to say, oh, inflation is coming down, prices are coming down, and I keep coming back saying, no, they're not. Prices are just not going up as much as they once were a couple years ago, so sorry, prices are not coming down. I'm not sure where you're located, but they're definitely not where I'm located from what I can see, right? So, I mean, unless you're buying some weird stuff out there, I don't really know, but I think on basic things that all of us are paying for on a daily, monthly, weekly basis, whatever it happens to be, utilities, food, gas, all the things like this, prices are still very high, right? But anyway, I don't need to sit here and tell you all that. You know, because you live in the real world like I do, and we're outside of the bubble of Washington, right? So anyway, my point is here. So this is the inflation data that was released. Now, this is actually interesting because it's actually ticking higher, okay? Inflation is going back up, okay? They continue to tell us, oh, inflation's down. Look at the report. No, it's not, okay? Here's the interesting part. The analysts came in and they anticipated inflation to go down to 2.9%. Guess what? It's at 3.1% as of January. Now, remember this much as well. Yes, we're not in January anymore. I get it. But this is the inflation data from January. It's always a few weeks delayed, okay? That's when we get the information. But this is just January, okay? Now, we continue to see that prices are going back up. In fact, on a month-over-month basis, prices went up by 0.3% or 0.3% across the board. Now, man, again, this is not pointing out specific categories like food and rent and utilities and gas and all the things like this, but rather this is across the board, all lumped together and averaged out, which is 0.3%. On a year-over-year basis, it's up 3.1%. Okay, so this is showing the wrong way. Sorry, guys, wrong way. Okay, they want it to go down. It's going back up. Whoops, we made a mistake there, right? All right, so here's what this actually means going forward. Remember, your Social Security benefits and the raise to your benefits each and every year as a result of the COLA, cost of living adjustment, is based off of what? Inflation. Exactly, right? Now, to be 100% fair, we're still a few months out from when we start getting those official readings to determine how much the COLA is going to be for next year, 2025. And again, I know, I'm talking about 2025 for a second. I get it. But remember, even though 2025 is a very, very long time away, okay? I get that, right? But remember, the inflation data that is used to determine the COLA for 2025 is the months of July, August, and September. And again, I get it. Those months are still pretty far away as well, but they're not that far away. They will be here sooner than we know. But here's another thing as well. If inflation is sitting at, say, I don't know, 2.9, 2.7, 2.5% leading into July, August, and September, do you think that all of a sudden just one day inflation is going to go from 2.5, 2.7, 2.9, 3%, whatever it happens to be at the time, to just all of a sudden jumping up to 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 7%? No, that's not how it works, right? It does not happen overnight. It's a slow, progressive process. So my point is, here we are, still very early on in 2024, and we're seeing inflation going up again. So if we kind of project this out into the future, say, call it 5 months, 6 months, something like this. If we project this out in the future, 5 or 6 months, and we continue to see a month-over-month increase of, say, 0.3%, and we do this for the next, call it 6 months, well, guess what? Now we're sitting at, 3.1 plus 1.8 is now we're at 4.9%. You see what I'm saying here? So this is a slow process, but we need to continue watching it right now because the trajectory is up again. So yes, the trajectory as in the direction that is moving is going up. So therefore, if we continue to push this out and extrapolate this over a few months here, we could be seeing inflation around the mid 4 to even a high 4% range again by the time we get into that key level, which is July, August, and September, when they take that very important inflation data to determine how much your COLA will be for 2025. You see what I'm saying here, right? You following what I'm throwing down? Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about here, okay? So that's what I'm saying. We've got to watch this going forward because this is a key data point that we're seeing that, it's going up again. It's going the wrong way. So this may play right into the hand, like I said, of Social Security beneficiaries because this would mean more money in your benefit. However, remember at the beginning of this video, I said this actually impacts Social Security and fixed income beneficiaries doubly. Is that even a word, doubly? I don't know. I'm saying it right now, okay? Doubly. That's my new word. I don't know if that's a real word or not. I don't know. I'm not an English major, but I'm using it now, okay? So this is going to impact fixed income beneficiaries double, okay? Here's how. Well, first off, it's going to cost us more because this means prices are moving back up on things, right? And again, we know that this gets away from things and it jacks prices up very, very fast. It's a rough situation, okay? So that's number one. That is effect number one. Now, number two is it's going to increase your check more as well, right? So if we see inflation moving up higher again and we continue to see inflation moving higher, then it just simply means your benefits will increase even more. Provided they tell us the real inflation data and they calculate the real numbers and they translate all of that into benefit increases and they do all that, right? Now, that's the other part of this equation as well is, do they even tell us the real inflation data when it comes down to the third quarter, again, July, August, and September, of when this information actually is important because that is the only 3 months during the entire year where they actually determine the COLA for the following year. And then the announcement is in mid-October is when the official COLA is announced, and then it's applied as of January the following year, right? So you kind of see what I'm saying here? So even though we're talking about 2025 here, the data that we need for 2025 is coming in not that many months here. And again, it's all because when we watch these things tick up a little bit month over month over month over month, and all of a sudden here we are into those 3 months and boom, inflation has gone up another 1.5%, 2% or something like that from where it's currently sitting right now. Does that make sense? Right? So anyway, even though we look at this early data here from January, it's only, it's the first month of the year. Okay, fine, right? But here we are, pushing kind of the end of February already as I record this video right now. And as we look at this information, we might think, oh, we are so far away from that. You're right. We're really far from 2025, but we're not that far from when they gather the data, and we're not that far from this inflation continuously moving up higher and higher and how it's going to play right into your benefit check. Does that make sense? Right? So anyway, I hope this helps you out. But again, inflation continues to rage on, and depending on who you listen to, they continue to tell us, "Oh, don't worry, everybody. Prices are coming down, and you're good. You've got a lot more money in your pocket." Yep. Okay, expert. I don't think so, but whatever whatever you say, we'll pretend like we believe it, right? So anyway, you know who I'm referring to. You see all the people out there, the talking heads, who come out and come out and act like they're doing a great job and pretending like, oh, we're doing all the right things here again. And I don't know, right? If people are struggling and nobody has any money, I don't know how we can count that as a win. But that's just my opinion. I feel like if people are being prosperous and we're actually, saving a little bit of money and we're doing, we're able to pay all of our bills and have enough food on the table and pay for shelter and all things like this, then fine. Maybe that's the definition of, everybody's doing well. But when you see the majority of the population struggling as much as everybody is right now, I don't call that a success. That's just my opinion, right? So anyway, hope this one helps you. But again, as always, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Totally free to do so. Big subscribe button down there. Otherwise, share the video with your friends on my social media and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel in the video library, or those that I've hand selected for you down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. And until next time, enjoy your day. Take care and catch you again later in the next video.